Hello and welcome to this episode of Making Connections. I missed the connection. The BattleCON analysis show where I, your host, Marco DeSantos, try not to do so badly at playing BattleCON online. In the previous episode, we played some 7, and I do feel like it's long overdue to play the following character in this episode. So without further ado, let's play some more of this character.
Resistance.
Alright, so we're in a game against Caesar's Aureola Borealis. Right here. In this game. In this room. In this weather. Completely localized in BattleCON Online. Well, yes. So Aurora Borealis is Caesar against my Alexian. I haven't played Alexian in a while. I checked all the old videos. I haven't seen an Alexian on my end in quite a bit, so the answer is to play him. Let's see what I shall do. We probably don't want to switch grasp. Steeled is an okay option. Probably no Regal needed. We probably don't do Regal. Alright. Yeah, we're doing Hail the King. Or we could do Empire Divider. Nah. Hail the King. Okay, it's Caesar. We all know this is the first play they're gonna make every single time. Is there anything I can do about it? Yes! Is the answer. The opponent can establish range 5. If I just do Stalwart Drive, I think I'm okay. Well, no, not necessarily, because Caesar's currently level 2, level 1, and therefore has a lot of power on their end. Ooh, I like this. I could also just Gestalt shot. I think Gestalt shot might be the best play. Caesar's highest damage is, yeah? Oh, but there's the inevitable, right. I mean, we could just do Steeled Burst, right? And then if Caesar does anything funny, next beat we just whack him with Stalwart, so... Do I fear the dark? Perhaps. Perhaps I do.
I see.
Oh, that's interesting that they didn't do Unstoppable. If they only kept Unstoppable, then I would be way more cautious of doing Steel Burst right here. But since they didn't, I'm not that scared. Oh, this is actually quite excellent. I will definitely retreat 1 and take a 0-5 trade, please. Primo Excelente. So now Caesar is level 2. And there's a few scary things we're scared about. Still definitely Bulwark, whatever, is definitely scary. Regal Shot works. But not against Inevitable Drive. Which I guess is the problem. We could do Mighty. Nah. So it's either inevitable drive or something else. And an inevitable drive is a 0-something trade. The other thing my opponent can do is... should probably just Regal dodge in this situation. So most people would think, Marco, wait a minute, shouldn't you save dodge for threat level 3? That's a valid question. Oh. I'm gonna pretend that I'm thinking. So I'm just gonna actually take this time to explain. So why did I dodge on threat number 2? Because on threat 3, rather than worrying about Caesar's attack or whatever, just hit him, right? That way there's no mix-up, and then next beat just hit him again. Fueled shot. Ooh, I like that. So I definitely have to advance 3. But this will end up with Caesar cornering himself completely and putting himself to threat level 3 right now. This is really good because Caesar is now going to threat level 4 next turn. So I essentially just dodged threat level 3. Now I don't have to worry about any mix-ups whatsoever. And I just got a free beat. So we are doing strike. Gestalt strike. Oh, Bulwark exists. That's a thing. So I need something that hits at range 2. So Gestalt Drive is the answer. Yep. That way if I get... Oh wait, no, this is wrong. Marco, you're so bad. I can't be moved by opponents, so I should have just gone for strike anyway. I'm so bad. I'm such a bad player. I'll pass this beat. Bad player, bad player. Should have gone for strike, should have gone for strike. Yeah, I should have gone for strike. Okay, so Caesar has no options at this range mostly. He has inevitable hubbub. Sorry, not inevitable. Sorry, yes, inevitable. He has inevitable drive and inevitable grasp at his disposal. I could Divider. Steel Divider is pretty good in this situation. I don't think there's anything that Caesar can do. Except go fast, go slower than me? Is that possible? Yes. But why would they do this, right? Yeah, Steel Divider seems to be the play I want to make. I can take these kinds of risks because I have an 8 health life lead, so yeah. Definitely not anti-ing anything. I'm going to wait for my opponent's response. If my opponent does anything like anti any of the chivalries, there's one chivalry. So now I can't miss because my opponent's slowest attack can no longer go slower than me. Now we just clash, I think. Yep, I'll anti for power. On unlimited power. Aurora. Oh, in case you didn't notice this little thing in the background, there's like a little snowman Caesar over here. Do you wanna build a Caesar or Caesar? It really depends on your language. Ooh, speed. Nope, I'm definitely not speed boy. So this is an inevitable something. Inevitable drive. No, Bulwark Drive. Interesting. I don't think the opponent can make me miss now. Yeah, because even if my opponent can move up to 2, I'm gonna take damage, which means I'm gonna soak 2 damage. Which means that Steeled will proc and allow me to advance up to 2. So even if my opponent were to retreat here, I can advance 2 and then whack back for 7. Yep, this was expected, so I'm gonna be forced to advance 2 in order to hit back for 7. This is a heavyweight game. Boom, a 7-2 trade? So yummy. But now my opponent has 3 chivalry tokens. That is quite a problem. My opponent doesn't really have that much range. And oh, there's level 4 protocol. Level 4 protocol is not so scary when you have 18 health. So that's completely fine. So I can stalwart burst, and I think that's actually safe. Heck, I can regal burst. I think Regal Burst is actually the play here. Because if yeah, Regal Burst is definitely the play here. So I'll definitely ante for power. Because my opponent does not have any sources of soak. Which means that if Regal Burst pushes through, I'm gonna deal 5 damage if I anti-power. This is important. Again, like in the 7 game, if you have the chance to win the game, take it. So many people act too conservatively with their resources that they end up giving the opponent extra time. And the more time your opponent has, the more likely they can make a comeback. So, even if this feels like my opponent is dodging, I should still ante the power. Especially since I'm Alexian and I don't really care about priority. So definitely not what I was expecting. Probably the dodge. Yes, there we go. Quite unfortunate for me, but that's okay. I will definitely just take center space. By taking center space, I actually have a huge advantage coming into the next beat.
Closing on target.
So next beat, I'm gonna dodge. Or do we want to dodge? How about we just take 7? No, we dodge this beat. Then next beat, we just play Divider and take the 7. There you go. I mean, no matter how much I lose this beat, this is the advantage of having a 13 life lead. You can take some risky plays and some obvious paths to victory and force your opponent to essentially do something about it. So yeah, unless my opponent does something really insane, I think I win the next beat. I just have to play Divider. Yep, I definitely just have to play Divider.
Understood.
And depending on this, the ranges that we're at, yeah. See, at this point, a lot of people would definitely be scared of level 4 protocol, but I'm not necessarily too afraid of it because it only deals 7 damage. I have 18 health. That's not a lot of damage if you have 18 health. This has been such a good beat for me. My opponent has decided to go all in with the chivalry. Okay, so I'm gonna pretend that this is making me think by waiting out the timer. My opponent's gonna be shocked that I suddenly stopped. Yeah. I know a lot of people will think this is completely silly, but making your opponent doubt their plays is part of the strategy. So, there you go. I thought about something and decided to pass. Ooh! Okay, I see where this is going. That was pretty good. I'm gonna get rid of Grasp. Now my opponent can just play Grasp, which I think is what they're gonna revert to. That's a lot of damage on their Grasp. That's completely fine. I take what, 8 damage? 7 damage. That's a lot of damage.
It will do.
They struck. They struck. They should have just grasped. That was a great play on my opponent's part. They clashed my obvious attack. But now they're gonna miss because I don't move and they can't advance. Oh well. Keep current finisher cards. This is even better than what I expected to happen. Because now, my opponent can't even level 4 protocol me. So my opponent's fastest play is a lot. I should just dodge this beat. Mighty? Gestalt. No, I need Gestalt and Steel for the mix-up. So I can do Mighty or Stalwart. I need Stalwart for range, so it's definitely gonna be Mighty here. Now that my opponent... Oh, my opponent still has Suppression. So they can do Fueled? No, they can't do Fueled. They can do Bulwark. There you go. Bulwark. Mighty Divider seems like a good play in my mind. Because the only thing that beats this is if my opponent does Bulwark Burst. And, you know, given the fact that I'm in melee range, I'm almost in melee range, still have drive, still have shot, my opponent probably doesn't want to play that. Does my opponent have any sources of soak? No. Alright, let's see what this attack is. If it's inevitable drive, like I think it probably is, I think I should be fine. If it's fueled shot, like it could be, that's... Oh, definitely not fueled shot. If it's something else. A bulwark shot would also be pretty good against me, huh? Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Nope, there we go. It's the inevitable drive. So even if I take 8 damage, it's completely fine. And, yeah, I win. Great game, Aurora Borealis. I don't think there's any way for Aurora Borealis to get out of this. I'll soak 3 of this 8 damage.
Take this!
And then I whack back for 4. Push 2 spaces, definitely. Alright. I forgot that Caesar had this thing. So we just end the game with this. So it just has to be like a stalwart something. So not only does Caesar have threat level 4 right now, Caesar can't really do anything. They can't level 4 protocol because they're so far away from me. Yeah, there's not a lot that Caesar can do. And so long as I play Stalwart as my style, all of my bases will hit. So I just play Stalwart, I'll anti-power on top, and hopefully that ends the entire game. Do note that I understand that Caesar has Unkillable, and that's what... And last turn I said, oh, I win, right? This is because I knew that we would end up with this kind of setup where Caesar has to be at threat level 4 and only have 1 health left, and then I am freaking Alexian and I have Stalwart in hand, right? So... yeah, I do think the crucial mistake on my opponent's part was going for that unstoppable strike instead of just, like, grasping me. Maybe they thought I was gonna burst. Maybe that's why. Pass. Alright. Bulwark. dodge. Oh, it clashes. Okay, that's completely fine. Again, all of my bases will hit. So it doesn't really matter what they play. Oh, are they going to go for a full clash out? Okay, that's something I didn't consider. Oh, I can just burst. You can't clash my burst, so I win. Yep, we're going with burst. I'll just retreat 2 and then advance 3. Sorry, retreat 2 and then advance 3 and then deal like, what, 7 damage? Yeah, Caesar's not gonna actually hit, right? So this is completely fine. Caesar does nothing. I will retreat to range 5. Reactive phase, advance up to 3 spaces. I will advance all the way, kill, and deal 6 damage back to Caesar. I'll be back. Ooh. That's really aggro of you there, Amber Rawl. Alright, so that pretty much does it for this game. Let's go to the post-game analysis. Alright, welcome to the post-game analysis. That was a fun game. Thank you so much for the great game, Aurora Borealis. It was pretty good. Steamed ham is good? I'm not sure. Regardless, this was a fun and interesting game. It wasn't necessarily a masterclass of how to handle that matchup. I do feel like my opponent had some really good plays there. And had they won those 50-50s, I would have probably just gotten destroyed. That unstoppable suppression beat into the unstoppable strike was essentially a 50-50-ish kind of play. Though I do wholeheartedly believe that my opponent should have just grasped. Because no matter what I would have done in that situation, the grasp would have worked, and I would have taken 7 damage. And that could have been a big factor in the game, but maybe my opponent just didn't see that line of play, and you know what? That's absolutely okay. It was a fun game. Nevertheless, I was able to take advantage of Caesar's obvious game plan, because a lot of people tend to mistake this and get scared of Caesar a little bit too much. They're like, oh, he might do suppression or he might do this thing. And in your head, so long as you can take 7 damage and not get stunned, you're actually okay and don't care about the mix-up at all. Just don't bother dodging and just attack Caesar instead. The only mix-up Caesar actually has is with Inevitable. But if you have stun immunity, what's the mix-up then? There's nothing. You just hit them with Divider. Divider is such a good base in this matchup. Not only did it deal a lot of my damage, it also basically negated a huge portion of Caesar's mix-up game, which was Inevitable. And that's just super good for winning this matchup. So I highly recommend that. For Caesar players, it's all about just trying to get your tempo out and making sure that Alexian doesn't end up doing Divider on your big beats, because yeah, my opponent ate an Inevitable against my Divider, and that's not very good if you're trying to win the game. So in the end, I do think Aurora Borealis did a great job, had that excellent read, and only if they had just played the grasp, they could have dealt so much damage to me. However, in the end, I do think I ended up playing really well. Not perfect. Again, I'm not the best Alexian player in the world. Somebody probably has 400 Alexian games or something. But at the end of the day, I was quite happy with that game, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. That pretty much does it for this episode of Making Connections. I do hope you liked it. If you liked it, give us a like, give us a comment, and subscribe to the official Level 99 Games YouTube channel. Of course, if you hated it, share it with somebody you dislike, such as a frenemy. So, without much else to say, I've been your host, Marco DeSantos, also known as Mechanic Critic, and don't forget your special action, and thank you, World of Indians. Thank you, good night.